Hello, hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we've got a fantastic community because you are so kind. You've been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed, which I do a lot on YouTube. And we're jumping right in. Happy Monday. Today is basically it's Save the Elephants Day. In general, the actual elephants. So anything we can do to help them, we should do. If you aren't so inclined to donate or whatnot, just so you are aware. Also, it made me think of the poor Republican elephant. And how it's been taken over by the orange bag of scum, and they let themselves fall into that. So yeah, actually I realize the Republicans, I want to say that the Republicans chose their own symbol with the elephant, with the memory and wisdom and that kind of stuff. An elephant never forgets, that kind of thing. But Democrats, their symbol is a donkey because it was an insult, but they kind of embraced it. But I'm thinking it's too far in the past. The time has gone on, and we really should change it. So I was going to propose perhaps this for Republicans and Democrats. Just a thought. Or maybe even this. You big stretch. So, yeah. Okay. Just a thought, just a suggestion. But we're gonna get back to this. All right, so Cauldron Hill Craftwork says elevator butt. Yes. All right, so anyway, thank you. Let's jump into your questions. So at 3 minutes and 30 seconds in, Kat Pep Miller has a question. Hello, Kat. 3. All right. When the presidential race, will the presidential race be tight, or will we see numbers too big to rig, too real to steal? As Glenn Kirchner said. Let's see. John Platt says Thomas Nast is supposed to have created both the donkey and the elephant. Ah, okay. Okay, everybody's against the cat logo. I understand. It's okay. Okay. I was kidding. The cat ladies and the... Okay. Anyway, will the presidential race be tight, or will we see numbers too big to rig and too real to steal? Democrats versus Republicans come November, election day. Let's see here. Um, I think there are going to be a lot of. I think there is going to be a certain amount of shenanigans, which we expect, but I think there's also. I think there's going to be a whole lot of trying to get things put in the courts, recounts, and what do you call it? The opposing something legally, that kind of thing. Women are going to vote. They just are. People are going to vote for women's rights. But Knight of Pentacles, they're trying to set up some certain amount of shenanigans. It's going to be. I think there are going to be a lot of people voting. This overall, it feels like a lot of people voting, which is usually good for Democrats. But I've even got women, even women on some women on the right or Republican women voting for. But here's the Republicans, and they're still waiting for their ship to come in. So they're hoping something. But this is a female-dominated election, and allies. Yeah, they're challenging this, that, and whatnot. Let me see here. Oh, they're feeling a little beaten up. Suspension, Nine of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. I'm getting a delay. But we've got all these votes lined up. But on their side, this is what they do. So as far as how the event is going to go, it probably kind of how we're imagining. That makes sense. So. All right. So let us move on to Claude's question at 8 minutes, 10 seconds in. How is Dumpy's state of mind? With reports showing that Harris is taking the lead in some key states, namely Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Harris 50%, Dumpy 46%. Please vote blue and don't break the ticket. Agreed. Yeah. Chris Cole says President Joe will just stay until it gets worked out. Oh, yeah. So Dumpy, how's it going? Boy, his lies about the crowd size are just... He's now saying he has hundreds of thousands of people. Right. And the Harris is using AI to draw in extra people. Right. And apparently Trump is having, I don't know how, but he's having some of the empty seats covered in like black tarp or something, so it isn't as obvious. Okay. He's still, look, he's a lucky man. He's been very, very lucky. And he thinks his luck will hold out. He has faced impossible odds before, and he just keeps on keeping on. Two of Cups. Oh, no. Kamala Harris's numbers are real. People who are going to go out and vote. So working, which he doesn't want to be doing. He wants all the power. He wants everybody sucking up to him. But he doesn't want to do the work. We know that. High Priestess. Boy, she is looking really good. And Knight of Pentacles. So they're doing his people, or people on his side, they are just knocking themselves out trying to find some way to go after, some way to break the enthusiasm for Harris Walls, the Harris Walls ticket. Good luck. So yeah, it's mainly he's frustrated, he's tired, and he's just holding tightly to his delusions because that's what's helped him in the past. So, by the way, he's also now saying that his ear, he was struck his earlobe was hit. Earlobe? His earlobe was hit, and that it's completely healed. Okay. All right. So Julie Jones had a question. 12:10. Oh, do put questions in the chat before I come on, please. I love I love reading on your questions and answering to the best of my ability. So, okay. So Julie Jones is asking, did Dumpy land in Billings, Montana, because of mechanical issues, or to avoid problems at Bozeman because of unpaid bills? Apparently, it's $12,000 he owes the airport, something like that. Sharon Rice at Meidas Touch said Dumpy had to land in Billings instead of Bozeman because he still owes money from 2020. My understanding is, yeah, it turned out to be the money thing, but which one of, I don't know what you've heard. Oopsies. He thinks he can do whatever he wants. No. Pay your bills. This is the merchant card. Pay your bills. Or you can't come here. And then he made an excuse. See, this might be mechanical issues, but this is the merchant card specifically, and this is it all coming to light. It honestly, it could have been a little bit of a combination. Burdened. World ending. King of Cups, Three of Swords. There is something about money here. It feels like it was a combination, if that makes any sense. Like there may have been some issue, but it might not having. Remember, I did work on the fringes, the very edge of aviation. I was not a pilot. I was married to a commercial pilot for 20 years. Things can absolutely go wrong or need to be fixed. But as far as whether it's enough to stop you from being able to land somewhere, depends on what it is. So yeah, but don't trust him at all. And on the whole, makes him look bad, which isn't a big shock. Plus, you have to understand, while, and I'm gonna tell you right now, while flying is a lot safer than you think it is, if you're worried about flying, don't. It's incredibly safe. I know what the pilots have gone through. I also was surprised when I found out how old these planes are on average. And you know, Trump has an old plane. So, yeah, I mean, for all we know, it's like a Plymouth Horizon of the sky. It's coming in for landing, and the ashtray like rattles out of the dash. Anyway, okay, let me move on. All right, at 16:15, Cosmic Goat Lady had a question. Will the male griftlings cut and run with a few million to Venezuela, or a country without extradition laws to the U.S.? Well, they both apparently had to pay $4 million for fraud. Yeah. If you're wondering who we're talking about, the male griftlings, there's, on Trump's side, there are the DEI hires, Don, Eric, Ivanka. Yeah, Don, Eric, and Ivanka. The DEI, you do not want the DEI hires. No way. No, not even a little. So we're talking about the D and the E. Yeah. So apparently Junior was in charge of creating Trump Org 2 or whatever it was, Delaware Corporation, and started trying to transfer all kinds of all of their assets into that before the court stepped in, and the court monitor stepped in and said, and no. So it's not like they would never think of that. All right, well, that's a government. Ace of Swords, hemmed in, legally hemmed in. King of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, that could be an action. This is them. Because they do have access to money right now. Ace of Wands, that could be a big action. And there's a plan here. This isn't traveling. They're just hoping that their father wins. My understanding is Melania really wants, she even originally, one of the things that was in the prenup, postnup, it would be, was she wanted a certain amount of money, but she also wanted Barron made head of Trump Europe, so that she and he could go to Europe. But they have extradition, so I don't think that's what D and I have in mind. Oh yeah, there's all kind of fun stuff coming for them. The world as they know it going to change. Knight of Cups, and they're going to see it as political when they lose everything. So I'm not getting a lot of travel cards here. Oh, Cynthia O'Keefe pointing out DJT stock is down at $24.79. All right. Thank you for being here. Oh no. Oh, it's Gypsy Spencer. My generator was stolen from my trailer last night. Oh, man. Oh, I'm afraid I don't do personal readings. I'm sorry. Jen Lynn Tarot does. Lori from the Way of Positive Change does. Oh, gosh. I think Johnny does email readings. I know Kirsten Langston does email readings. Yeah. Sienna Rose. Yeah. So I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. 2030. Peg Sanders had a question. If Trump ever dropped out or was forced out of the race, who would replace him? Shady Vance or someone else? I know. I gotta say, I like Shady Vance, and it rhymes. But I don't know, creepy Vance. Just it doesn't rhyme as well, but it just seems more accurate. Is it just me? But Shady Vance is good. Very shady. Very, very, very shady. Who would replace him? Okay, my heart feels like it just dropped. May we not live in interesting times. May we have several years of quiet. Make government boring again. All right, Sun card. This is odd. That can be the Democratic president, but this is Biden. This is chaos stirring things up on the far right, and then the shadow of Trump. That I don't know. Let me see what else I can get, because it's just saying the shadow of Trump. Katie Arbuckle, dull, please. Yeah. Yeah, the one reason to keep Vance around would be the tickets have already been printed. The ballots have already been printed. Which may seem like who cares? Yeah, but in a country with 330 million people and the sheer number of people voting, it does. Knight of Pentacles, people would step forward. They would have to be absolutely. You'd have to make the base happy. You'd have to make the MAGA base happy. Five of Swords, adding insult to injury. There would be incredible upset. We'd be fine, and whoever they put up, I still think would beat them, whoever it is. But I'm not really getting, like, who? It's odd. I mean, it could be Vance. It could be Don Jr. for all we know. It could be, it depends on how he stepped down or what happened to him. There is no natural succession. Lewis is pointing out that the high priestess in this deck looks a little bit like Judge Chutkin. Yeah. Oh, I like that, Imelda. How about creepy trans Vance or no chance Vance? I like that too. Voting. High priestess again. Knight of Swords, 10 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. We know that there would be infighting, and somehow it feels like whatever reason he would step down would actually ultimately hurt whoever else was running, would hurt their chances. Which you wouldn't, you'd think that Republicans would be like, oh, wait, this person's more not Trump, isn't literally Trump. So I don't know. I'm not getting a name. Sorry, I can't be more help. Whew. Okay. At 2525 in the year 2525. My mother used to sing that song. She also used to sing that when something was taking too long. All right, High Priestess asked a picture of Vance in Dragon College has surfaced. Really? Was this a one-time thing for the fraternity or regular lifestyle choice? Only asking because he's trying to take away rainbow rights. See, how about we read on, will this have any effect on the electorate? Because what he does personally or not, I don't like hypocrites. At the same time, you will notice I don't call Lindsey Graham lady. It's, I don't know. I remember when I was in college, people trying to out other people and saying that they were LGBTQ plus or something when it turns out they weren't. And there's nothing wrong with being any of that, you know. But saying it's you're not outing somebody, but it's, I don't know. I just get kind of icked out by it. So I'm sorry. Let's ask if it will affect the. It will just continue to show him as a heinous hypocrite. So Janet says we don't want him. Yes. All right. Okay, we have to remember this man has no moral core. None. Zero. If you pay him, he will change all of his beliefs. And it isn't even just for the money. It's if you have strong beliefs and you're around him, he will tend to bend toward whatever you're saying to him. Oh, Marietta, thank you so much. Thank you. It helps. Thank you. He's had LGBTQ plus friends for a long time, but then he comes out with all this garbage. He vilifies women. He vilifies immigrants. He vilifies all of this, but then he's married to, and this just shows that how he's lived his life has not been as brutal as what he's saying now. I'm not saying he's a good guy. He's not. But it's just it feels like changing lanes to fit in. Yeah, fit in, and then and people can see he's awful. Some people will project onto him what they'll say, oh yeah, he says all these heinous things. That's what I believe, therefore I'll just ignore what the lamestream media is saying about him. But it just shows what a morally bankrupt, empty shell of a man he is. It's the only reason, my opinion, the only reason Vance is on that ticket is because of Peter Thiel's money. That's it. That's why Junior and Eric did everything they could to talk their father into choosing him for the VP. Because they need the money. I like that. Davina Belden said, Mom called people like Vance windsocks. Yes. Yes, he is a windsock. And just as substantial. Anyway, okay. Let's move on to 3110. Let me see what else you asked. Rick E. had a question at 3115. Dumpy is projecting. He's projecting when saying Harris has AI-generated crowds. Yeah. Meidas Touch has shown many videos of Dumpy waving to no one when he steps off a plane or exit a building. Yes. Have you seen those? It would be me being like, it's really stupid. You know, the crowds waiting for me. Will the media tell the truth? I think they're trying. Some are trying. So I think this is kind of baked in, honestly. Harris and Walls show what crowds can look like. And so when he just lies. I'm great. There are probably more paid actors there than we realize. And yeah, they're throwing everything they can at this because he's boring. And it's all grievance. And why do you want to just wait in line for all that time, then wait while he's late, just to hear nothing about you, nothing about your problems, his policies. It's all just his grievance. Complain. And he's just up there saying, I'm so special. The media, we know who he is. We know he's a fraud. That's not alleged. It's in court. And a thief. And he lies like a rug. So it feels kind of baked in. So. Okay. Oops. Cars went flying. All right. So what else have we got here? Oh, love gatos. Love cats. It's all run together. So I don't know. Suddenly I've got the Smiths in my head. The love cat. Okay. President Biden or our next President Kamala Harris, they would either consider a pardon for Trump. Well, Biden's already said no. But let me see. The Cure. The Smiths. You're right. I shouldn't have said the Smiths. It is The Cure. Thank you, Janet. Of course it's The Cure. I could see them in my head, but my mouth said the Smiths. Sorry. Pardons for Dumpy. It's Robert Smith. That's, I think, why my brain did that. Because I could picture, I could see Robert Smith in my. Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, pardon. I don't even have to look at the cards. The energy is just, whew. Matter of fact, might hire some more prosecutors. Seriously. For Biden, no, let it play out. Let it play out. And for Kamala Harris, there's so much against. Oh, Jeannie Martin, thank you. Thank you. This is a let it play out. Or as John Franz put in the chat, negatory. Yeah. That's a big old no. Yeah. Hey. Okay. So, oh, I got thrown off, and I didn't write down the time of that. So I think it was about 30. Okay. At 37, Nettie had a question. 37. Now that some of the people who were involved in the fake electors plot are flipping, like Jenna Ellis, will Rudy also flip? Rudy. See, the problem with trying to read on Rudy is it's like trying to read on Swiss cheese. It stinks. I guess some people like it, but it stinks. And there are a bunch of holes. So I'm gonna flip Rudy. I don't think any prosecutor would trust him. It doesn't feel like any prosecutor would trust him, and he's a drunk. And I realized that addiction is a disease, and it's awful, and I would not wish it on anybody. But that's the least of Rudy's problems. Do you know what I mean? Now, there are definitely people who want in, who are going to turn. Rudy's not doing so well. He's got big money problems. And in his Swiss cheese brain, the only source of money he might remotely ever get access to would be Trump's or something related to Trump. At least at one point, Trump had like a dinner to raise money for Giuliani. MAGA faithful. He is out in the cold, and nostalgia. He's deteriorating mentally, like bad. Like, I wonder if he's going to end up needing care. I don't think a prosecutor would trust him, honestly. So, excuse me. Huh. Ick. Okay, but thank you for the question. All right, at 40 minutes in, Deb had a question. Deb Peavy had a question. Let's see here. 40. Georgia is having an election for Congress. Excuse me. Right now, it's MTG, and who's running against her is Shawn Harris. Even the Republicans want him to run. Really? Will he win? He's a Democrat. Shawn Harris. Is he a moderate? I'm afraid I don't know anything about this guy. What do we think about? What do we think about Shawn Harris? I mean, is he better than MTG? Guaranteed. I don't have to know anything about the guy. I'm not entirely sure if it turned out that a serial killer was running against MTG, that it would be like, yeah. I mean, if I lived in her district and it was, I can vote for MTG or a serial killer. Is he reformed? Has he? Okay, I guess I'd vote for her, but. Lewis says a rock would be better. Dr. Storm says Shawn is a good guy. He's former military. Okay, all right. Anne says I'd vote for Dexter instead of MTG. Oh gosh. I'm kidding. I'm not. This is nothing negative towards Shawn Harris at all. I'm just, she's so awful. Well, she's sitting pretty, but oh, Wheel of Fortune. There could be a lot of voters out there. She's in trouble, and the card for the reading is pretty dark. The card, the point of using the cards is to get past your own biases, your own beliefs that would influence. I don't know if that district could. Yeah, exactly, Elector Storm. Her district is really red. Yeah, the institutions, the death of the institutions, it could be good, but they've been against. I mean, they elected her. They re-elected her. And this is the patriarchy, and this is the con that comes along with it. She's big on that. This is charity to her, to charity votes, to. I don't have huge hopes on this one. The cards had some little hope in there. Let me see. Vera M says a lot of Republicans seem to like him, but it's a red district. I understand. Thank you. That's true, Cynthia. If women voters are going to come out in droves, why are the Dems having any trouble coming out for these candidates? That's true. There is a temperance card here. There are going to be a lot of Democrats who are voted into office, women getting stronger, people like MTG being marginalized more and more, at least, for a certain amount of time. But that might be once she's in office. So, I don't know. I want to say he absolutely can win. Well, then again, we don't have birth times. Makes it harder. I guess I'll see what I can do about looking at the astrology. It's because only a portion of the House are up for re-election. My understanding is all of the House goes up for re-election every 2 years. It's in the Senate that they stagger. They've got longer. They're in there for longer, and they stagger when that is. So, but correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my understanding. So, okay. Let us see. Rhonda had a question. Oh, okay. At 45:45, which is even farther away than 25:25. Lately, every week, there seems to be a new recall on some kinds of food. Is there something going on with the food industry? We're bringing a lot of stuff home, a lot of farms and factories and stuff. There's a shift. It's also a matter of when you have a government that is anti-immigrant, then you have fewer workers. Polly Wanda, whose brain we love, just said, silver lining, I still brush my teeth with ivermectin horse paste and have never suffered from gummy worms. Oh, I adore you. Okay. Amy Jones says, Dumpy cut food inspectors, so I'm sure they're playing catch up. Oh, yeah. Rowan says, a lot of the protections for food safety are being eroded. Remember, the FDA is headed up by a dairy lobbyist. Still? Oh, dear. All right, there's the country. Yeah. I mean, it's been 3 years since the pandemic, 2 years since the pandemic, the worst of it, rather, although there's a surge going on right now. People not being able to travel. There were so many disruptions. And I think it feels like we're still dealing with we're still dealing with disruptions due to I'm just gonna say it, Dumpy's handling of the pandemic. And Joe Biden has done it, and his people have done everything they can do. But there just reaches a point where, So, oh, yes, Ruth, the new child labor laws that, yeah, Sanders, that blankety blank. Thank you, Polly Wanda. Yeah. Amy Jones says listeria seems to be on the rise, which is caused by improper cooling. Oh, okay. Kaludi says, my pendulum says that MTG will win again. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. But Burnett Smith says, why would anyone vote for Sanders? It boggles the mind. Nepo baby. That's why. I don't care that she was Dumpy's press secretary. She's a governor because she's a Nepo baby. And you're getting what you get when you hire people just because of what family they're from. Anyway, yes, Patty M. Cruella de Vil. Yes. Ick. Anyway, all right. All right, at 50 minutes in, time flies. 50 minutes in. Is Judge Thomas worried about his wife since we're getting closer to more evidence coming out about the events leading up to January 6th? Oh man. I'm gonna get into his mind. I need to get one of those flashlights you can strap around your head, so multiple flashlights down into that dark pit. But is he worried about his wife? He's so arrogant. He thinks he can control whatever happens. That's him and his wife. He does care about her. High Priestess, Nine of Wands. Seriously, these two, they give me the shivers. Not listening. There's the Moon, Two of Pentacles. Not really. Not really. And it feels here like he's got more to worry about than she does, as far as losing position or power. But never underestimate the arrogance of these people on the right, on the Supreme Court. Oof. Oh, you're sweet, friend. Thank you. All right. 5215. M. Packard had a question. Oh. 5220. All right. Okay. Will the governors who shipped people all over the country, will they ever face consequences? I'll do 3 cards for Abbott and 3 cards for DeSantis. Yeesh. Man. Ick. Where's Bailey? I need the kitty. Where's Boo Boo? Some good energy. Ooh, he's not here. They're both awful. As far as Abbott goes, Cruel King Abbott of Texas, endings. 2 of Wands as far as communication, and then 6 of Swords. This is just telling me shipping people off. Let me see what else I can get. For DeSantis, he thought this would make him popular. And you don't need me to tell you that there's stuff specifically with DeSantis, with Ron and Lady Macbeth, his wife. There's stuff behind the scenes. There are laws against this stuff. And he just said, nah, I can do what I want. Or they both did, actually. And this is a prosecutor. But refusal to, people not working with the prosecutor, and the whole thing just feels shady and passive aggressive. Does that make sense? Like melted toddler. Just that's what it feels like. So it's hard to get things going. Hopefully something will happen. And Beth A., why are people just so mean? I don't get it. All I can think is they have such a narrow view of the world, that there's only so much, and we absolutely have to get ours, and we have to hold on to it because there's not enough money, there's not enough power, there isn't enough housing, there isn't enough education, there isn't enough in the world. And it's like, are you kidding? You really have no clue how many people are in this country, do you? How much money changes hands, how many businesses there are, how many schools there are, how many opportunities there are. They don't understand that. That's the biggest difference, I think, between the two parties. They have very narrow zero-sum thinking. But well, I got through all of your questions for today, so if you have any more, do put them in the chat before I come on tomorrow, please. And I will be back tomorrow. I'm here literally every day, and I have been for over 4 years. So thank you. So it is just before 1 p.m. here in Chicago. And at 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You're always welcome. Sarah's back today. Yay. Always good when Sarah's around. And other than that, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. And we're going to get through this. Oh, there's a kitty. I heard a sneeze. Oh, the precious. I missed you. Oh, he's like, leave me alone. But I just came in here. Yes, I just came in here. Oh, I've been sleeping. I missed you. Oh, Mr. Kitty. I missed the kitty. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. No, precious. No, he's a good boy. Yes, he's a good boy. Good kitty. Good man. Boo. You are the precious. Yes, you are the precious. No. Don't drink my tea. I love you, but don't drink my tea. What are you doing? No. Oh, you big goofy. You big goofy thing. No. No. All right, look, I'll give you. He wants a little piece of this homemade scone I just made with whole. It's vegan. It's whole wheat. Here, there. You can have a little bit. There, little tiny pieces of whole wheat scone, homemade. Oh, he's very excited. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day. You're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. And there's good energy in the world to be had. So hang in there, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Did you like that? He's like, yes, I did. I would like some more, please. Well, we'll see what we can do for you. See if we can do. Bye.